Oh my God, are we on? Are we live? Is
Keep
this on?
Keep the music turned up.
Is this thing on?
Hold on.
That was a cute little workout. Listen, but listen, this chair dance right here, that needs to be on a highlight because that was everything. That was everything. That was going down with like Cleve Huxtable's chair dance. Like that was everything.
Yes,
I like that. Good evening. Welcome.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on, kittens? How y'all doing?
How your mama doing?
Welcome to the BGKH Show. Today is May the 1st.
May 1st. You know
Really?
what? We are 5 months into this bitch.
Like 5 months into this, and you know what? It's amazing because as a kid, you don't think about dates, you don't think about time, you don't think about
Right.
not like to this extent.
Life
it's like,
just happens.
It's like, damn, this year is almost half over. And it's like, what the
Right.
hell? Like, 30 days to the date of the start of my birthday month. Just keep that in
Yes,
mind.
God, Nessa.
Just keep that in mind because we still have some things to do for both.
We sure have, because we never did make it
we
to
didn't get
Texas Day Brazil.
We did not.
But you know, I keep getting these emails from Fogo de Chao for discounts, so you know.
You know, I am not. As long as there's some meat that's served, you know, I'm good.
Right, you know. We can do either or both.
So yeah, but anyway,
So-
so welcome to the BGKH Show with Dominion the Epic.
You like my new shirt?
I sure do, but we introducing ourselves and about the show.
Sorry.
So I mean,
my bad.
we're gonna come back to the shirt.
You know, I was in a shitty mood, you know, and so now I'm pumped up. So
You got pumped. You just did a legendary chair dance, which was everything.
Right, you know, I
like,
feel
listen,
better now.
Star Statements and Legends. He just came on in and made a statement. Let's be clear.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
be
you.
clear.
Yes.
So welcome to the BGKH Show again for like the 5th time.
Right.
He is
I'm
Dominion.
Dominion.
I am Epic. And again, thank you all for
Men on Film. Oh,
right.
sorry.
Thank you all for tuning in. Right. So BGKH, what does it stand for? Well, the B stands for the blacks. The G stands for the gays. We woke up like this.
Right.
The K stands for the kinky. There was a lot of that this weekend.
Pigs.
There was a lot of that this weekend. We'll talk
Yeah,
about
we'll
that
talk about
too.
all that.
And then also the H stands for humans.
So let's jump right into it. Claw. How was your claw?
My fucking claw was amazing. My claw was amazing because I got to see lots of brothers that I haven't seen in quite some time.
Right.
And I absolutely adore the getting the chance to have a family outing, kind of see everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to all the Great Lakes brothers, shout out to the Midwest brothers, shout out to every single Onyx brother that came out. I was happy to see Jay Phoenix. I was happy to see even Boy Mantis. And listen, let me stop this
You
right
said
now.
even Boy Mantis.
No, I'm saying even Boy Mantis. No shade, because I don't want him to get on here later on and be like, "There's some
Right,
shade."
because you know that girl stay trying to.
And he was a little
get booked.
upset and in his feelings about MAL and about a certain look that we apparently did not mention enough. So
What look was that? Okay.
Boy Mantis, you were there this weekend and you made my weekend, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit and say you were also a star of MAL weekend. So
he's the
it is
star
on,
wherever he goes. Though.
Absolutely. So it is on film. It is on video. It is in the annals of the BGKH Show.
He said annals.
Check it out on YouTube and everywhere else, but it is there on tape. So you got it. So we're good, because we're not going to have another 29-minute conversation.
Okay.
4 different times
right.
during MAL while I got a cocktail in my hand. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But anyway.
So Trey did a good job with that punch.
Thank you. Listen.
That punch was fuck upable. Yes.
Oh my God. So for me, when I tasted the punch, I was like, oh my God. I was like, this tastes like.
And it was slightly different, but I liked that each chapter has their own little spin on it.
Tasted like good. It tasted like what it would taste like when it came back up.
A little bit.
But it was good. I mean, listen, I limited myself to one punch. I'm not fucking with you hoes. I'm not doing that.
Right.
No.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
You get half punch and half water.
It's not even that. 1 cup is enough. So I was kind of taking shots every time I was going back. I was like, choo. But thank you so much, Trey. Thank you so much. Who else was I talking about? I was talking about Council Ultramare, Lycan, Panther, Raptor, Onu, all of you that came out, all of you that helped the experience, be a wonderful experience. And it was nice to actually sit back and not be the host for like a hot second and just enjoy myself. So I had a good time. Especially when something's not in your chapter and you're going there. And again, wherever there's an Onyx Man, it felt like home. So I felt very good and I was happy to see everybody. But Claw was great. I am going to mention this one hookup. This one
hussy.
This one hiccup.
Oh, hiccup. Okay.
Hiccup for the weekend. I'm going to keep it cute.
Ooh.
But we are adults. And we can have a conversation. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it. How was your Claw?
Hold on 1 second. I'm making notes.
But shout out to one of our associates, Mike, that came up and was hanging out all weekend. So Mike, listen, that was one of the first times I got to hang out with you and actually realized I was hanging out with you and had a good time and I wasn't drunk and wasn't occupied doing everything else.
Mr. Producer.
So
can you turn that music up for a little bit? Oh, no, not that music. Pause that. So our Claw had a theme song.
Listen, it is noted. This weekend, it was legendary on several different levels. Listen,
that was our theme song.
If you ain't down with it,
if you ain't down with "Don't Come in Me,"
I don't know what to tell you.
Right, I don't know what have you been doing with your life.
I don't know what to tell you.
So,
and it was legendary because we got to meet.
So here's the thing. So we went to the Cleveland branch of Bella Noche. So first. We went, actually there's 2. There's Bella Noche North and then there's Bella Noche South. We went to Bella Noche North. So shout out to my buddy Ken who lives in Cleveland. And he took us, we went out to dinner. And so we went to this spot. It was very It was very like fancy Negro. But not like Congressional Black Caucus fancy Negro.
No. It's like
purple drink fancy. There we go. But it was a nice spot. But when you walked in, there was a woman with a tiara on, and underneath the tiara, her hair was magenta. Not like Not like magenta ombre. I mean, like solid. And this was not a wig. This was her hair from the root to...
No, girl. That was all.
Oh, that was a wig.
That was a wig. That was all manufactured.
I thought I saw a part down the middle.
Yes, indeed. You too could have a part on your head. That was giving you Jessica Rabbit. That's exactly that part. Listen, that lace front was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Well, if it was a wig, it had a vibe of what? Bitch, what? What?
Hold on.
Who you talking to? Hold on. Who you talking to? Hold on. She was there with her wedding party and everything, but it didn't seem like it was going to jump off, but it seemed like the kind of place where it could jump off at any minute.
I was sitting in the background waiting for it to happen. It was like flatbacks and sequins all over again. I was like, what? I was waiting for it to happen.
What's that?
Waiting.
What's that?
Listen.
What's that?
There's no consonants on the end of these
What's
words.
that?
So there's no T.
What's that?
There's no D.
What's that?
There's nothing. It was just what? Hold on. Listen, no consonants ending in these.
So
none of these.
they were like, it was an hour and a 15-minute wait for that. So we was like, nah. So we went to this other spot, Bella Noche South. And we walked into Bella Noche South, and it was like, it looked like somebody's basement.
Listen.
But a nice basement. But... So the tables.
Listen, it was a nice basement in somebody's row home, either in Cleveland or in Philadelphia or Baltimore
or Newark
somebody's, and they just got it redone.
Right,
and
they
got the mold out of the bottom of it.
They got high card tables.
Listen,
with sequin.
It was a literal sequin tablecloth.
And balloons. When I say not like you think of balloons. The balloons were this big.
Wait a minute. You remember when you were a kid, for those that were, in the 70s or 80s, when you used to go to the supermarket, those real big balloons on the little rubber band string, the little punch balloons, that's how big it was. It was like that big. It was like that big.
And guess who the proprietor was? The dudes the dude that sing Don't Come at Me? His mama owned it wasn't called Bella Noche, but his mama owned Renee's Place.
Renee's Place.
Right. So his mother owned that restaurant, and the chick that's in the song was a waitress that worked there, and apparently she went viral for singing some song or whatever. And so I was like,
listen,
it's kismet. This is like the universe is speaking to us.
Listen, we were sitting there getting our complete entire life. I was like, oh my God. But again, the sequin tablecloth was taking me out.
It was. It was like heavy sequins. It was like fabric. It was like you could have taken 2 or 3 of those and made a dress with it, kind of.
That's
sequin.
how much material you had.
It was a lot.
I lifted up the edge and I was like, ooh. I was like, okay.
She just slowly walked out with a couple of yards of it.
This end was just, this was a serger on the end of this fabric. They didn't even, I said, okay, well, no problem. But listen.
And then when they ordered, when we ordered drinks, it's like Mike ordered a gin and he was like, can I get a double? They was like, oh, we only pour doubles. I was like, yes, see, come on, Bella Noche.
That's right. That was certainly right. They only pour doubles, but they were stingy on the lemons or on the limes.
Right.
How you do that? Where they do that at?
But the sauce on them motherfuckers, first of all, them chicken tenders were terrible. And so
my chicken levels was low, so I'm gonna go ahead. But I was trying to get them, back up.
But the sauces that came with it was cute, and the roast broccoli was good too. But we were there for the ambulance.
They was all right. Now that sauce, the sweet and sour sauce that I had, that was really good. It was kind of spicy though.
So Renee is also a bail bondsman, so that's good to know.
Bitch,
you didn't hear that part?
Hear that part?
He said that. Yeah, Ken told us that.
No wonder she was angry all the time. That bitch she's like.
And so apparently she do a lot of good work in the community. We also made it to and they play like every black song that you could think of. They were playing Levert.
Listen,
they were playing the Isley Brothers. They were playing Love Don't Live Here Anymore. They were playing they were playing the Mary J. Blige
Faith
version.
and Mary J. version.
Faith Evans. If they had bust into Lenny Williams because I Love You, I would not have been surprised at all.
Listen, it was definitely somebody, like we said, somebody's basement. Like you're listen, that uncle that's always been a player for life, and he's having all his player buddies come through, and they get ready to have a card party. But on the shelf they got all the Hennessy, and they got all the the E&J, and they got the Stolies. But
I
then
didn't
they
look at
also
the bar,
had
but
the
Hennessy was
Appletons.
almost certainly prominently
it was
placed.
there. Like
on
it was
the
all
bar.
there. It was on the bar.
And they had a security guard, so that's how you know it was. You know it was Bella Noche because they got a security guard standing there at the front door, and I was like, it ain't nobody in here yet though. But
Listen.
okay, whatever. So and it's a place that Mike Epps come to, so you know it was hood. So am I lying? No. Am I lying? No. But we had a wonderful time.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Thanks. Shout out to Ken and
that's why I just said Ken.
okay, Ken and who I thought was the boo, but it's not the boo, but they were the bestie. So
Yes.
Ken and the bestie. So thank you all because it was a great time.
Yes. So we had a really good time there. So we made it back to the Leather Stallion, and I did get my hot dog. Let me tell you how that. I just don't understand what it is. But
listen.
How good this hot dog is.
We need to put a pin in this for a second because listen, we already know that the hot dog changes lives.
Yes.
Let me just be clear. If you didn't see that, it changes.
Because I didn't just get the regular one. I got the hot dog with the American cheese. American cheese on it. They had cut it down the middle and put it with American cheese and mayonnaise but ketchup and mustard and the sweet relish. I was fucking that burger up with Yingling.
One of our associates went up there and got a hamburger.
Mike. Yeah. First of all, that was the biggest burger I ever seen in my life.
It was a double hamburger
with did it have like a piece of ham on it or something?
It was fucking fantastic. Seasonings on the grill was like, listen, they've never cleaned this grill since like 1974,
and it is perfect.
Every single piece of seasoning, it was like I will buy the grill, like
right.
It was, and listen, this hamburger, I was sitting there like eating it, and I was like, oh my God, this is good. And I didn't want to be greedy. I didn't want to eat the rest of the hamburger, but I was like, just going to eat it. But I was surely sitting there looking at Mike like,
but didn't he give you half
he
of it?
gave it. But I split
you
that
wanted
with
the whole one.
I wanted the whole fucking hamburger. I was like, this is amazing.
Listen, when I got my hot dog, I was like...
Yeah, because you was in the corner. You was kind of like, this hot dog is everything.
Right, and everybody else sitting there.
And I looked at it, it was like, it was going in 3 bites.
You can hear people's stomach rumbling. And I was like...
3 bites later, and he's sitting there like, it was everything.
But the way that you was fucking that burger up, I was a little
sloppy though.
I was a little,
it was running down my head.
Right, I was a little envious. I was like,
no.
Even as I was eating my hot dog, I was like, I want some of that burger though. But no, so it was good though.
It was
so
really
that
good.
Was fun,
really
and then I had lots of fun. I had a little fun in the Well, see, I left the room and went downstairs and met a friend. And
that's what we calling it, met a friend. Okay,
all
right, okay.
And this it was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
One thing led to another. Then you woke up and it's like, here I am once again, waking up in the morning with mayonnaise on my nipples and 122 on my left foot, and I don't know how it happened.
Exactly.
This always happens when I go out of town.
Right. So the burger and the hot dog was everything. Bella Noche was everything. I got this cute poster.
That was a cute poster.
And shout out to so we went to the play space, and my sub was screaming and cutting it up.
Listen, let's talk about somebody that makes a scene wherever he goes. Let's be clear. And listen, for all the right reasons, but listen, if he is not in the space making noise, I don't know who the fuck you are because you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit because this. Listen.
So let's just be clear. The men of Onyx turned the play space out because I was in first one room and the other just giving it to my sub. Meanwhile, I'm giving it to my sub and I look out and Master Joshua is fucking this man up.
Fangirled completely out. When he took the floggers out and he started Florentine, I was sitting there at the chair like,
and then he was kneeing him in his ass. Now Joshua is short.
He's what? Is he 5 feet tall?
Oh, he's definitely 5
like
feet.
Five,
but he's
like
5'2", 5'3".
Okay,
he gonna be mad. He was like, "Bitch, I am 5'6".
So listen,
and 3/4.
And I'm not. Listen, that means nothing because clearly he was
right.
wearing this. And when the motherfucker, first of all, he had on. Well, no, let's back up. First of all, he had on a onesie.
Yes.
And a leather harness.
Yes.
And a baseball cap, and was still commanding the room. Number one.
Yes.
Number two, during that process of flogging the guy, listen, when I tell you he jumped up and did this like that suplex he was talking about,
he was hung in the air for a minute and came down on him.
Them thighs of that sub got ooh.
Yeah, he did. He was doing it. Oh, you missed him earlier today because you was volunteering. He had on these jeans and this corset.
I saw that. I saw him.
I was like,
I saw him. Yes,
you're a
listen,
dom, though.
Listen, I've completely fangirled out, and I had to have a conversation with him. So, I'm thinking that Folsom might be, it might be an opportunity because we were talking about that as well. So, listen, Master Joshua, we'll chit chat. We'll chit chat because there's some things that I want to have a conversation with you.
So he and I got into a bidding war over this leather cat suit that was there because I thought it would have been perfect for my slave. Now it was technically too small, but the way that it laced up all of the extremities. So even if it was like right here on your body, I thought it would look good because along your entire flank, so like all down your arm and all down your side, you could have something else. It would have just been like crisscrossed with the thing, and I just thought it was a cute look. But I had bid on it, and then I saw someone else had bid on it, and then I was like, well, no, girl, let me just. So I bid like $75, and then that other person bid $80. I was like, listen, we're gonna do this. I bid $110, and then someone else came in, and I saw it was Joshua, and he bid like $115. I was like, because it's you, I'm not gonna keep fighting. But because I was prepared to go up to like $200 for this, but I was like, I'm gonna let it go, because if it don't fit, then I'm gonna be mad. Get this $200 cat suit that I can't do nothing with because none of my subs are small enough to, because if it don't fit Azamek, then it's not going to fit Chris. Because Chris got,
Well, Azamek is tall and long, and actually Chris is smaller than what, he said he lost.
Yeah, but he's got a gut. Well, but anyway, so it was good. Because, Claw, there is no contest or anything. It's all about workshops and fellowship and brotherhood and hoeing.
So it was. And then, listen, so the one time, so I'm sitting in the little workshop supporting one of the brothers, and I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden, I catch this little eye, the little fella that came in behind me, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, what? So we just kind of sitting back, and I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and get this number. So here comes Mike, sits down next to me, wants to have a conversation, and I'm sitting there like, I'm trying to
get the fuck out.
Like I was trying to. So then, at the end of it's like he left out.
Because Mike sometimes don't get the context clues.
I was like, and I'm sitting there because I'm like, he's sitting there, he's sitting legs back up, and I'm sitting there having a conversation, looking back at him, and Mike's like, so what time are we leaving? I was like, I don't know, honey. I'm trying to focus back here. Anyway.
See, sometimes you just got to be literal, Mike.
I get the number.
15 minutes.
I get the number because he was staying at the other hotel because I didn't have time because we were trying to go and have something else to eat and do some other stuff. So I was like, all right, fine. But after I got the number, I went upstairs and I was having a conversation with one of the brothers in the suite, and I happened to mention who they were. Red flag came up. He was like, no. And I was like, really? Jay was something like, no.
Who was it?
It was the one that Mike wound up.
Oh. He been blowing my DMs up on Twitter.
Okay.
So I was like, nah, girl.
Yeah,
nah.
And that's what. And so then Jay told me a whole story about it. I was like, okay. He's like, no. I said, okay. So anyway, but listen, somebody had good fun with him.
Right. Oh, and the last thing I will say, so all day Saturday, I kept running into this dude. This dude was like huge. He's like 6'9", and like basketball player build. Yeah. He's this white guy with a red beard, bald head, and blue eyes. And we just kept sort of like running into each other all day. So like as we were getting ready to go out to dinner, I was like, all right. So I was like, we keep running into each other. We might as well say hello to one another. And he told me his name, and I promptly forgot it. So, but I did give him my card, and he told me that, I was like, so where are you from? Because he had an accent. So he was like, I'm living in Kentucky now. I used to live in Dallas, but I'm from South Africa. He's like, because we're all originally African. I was like, sweet,
you're doing too much.
You're doing too much.
Yeah,
just let it go.
Yeah.
You already listen. We're already going to fuck when I see you at IML, so you don't need to let me know that you're down with black people or whatever. Sometimes white guy, listen, because I'm not one of those people that are like, I personally do not look at people and say, oh, he's white and so I can or I can't. I look at individuals like he was a sexy, tall motherfucker with red beard and blue eyes. I saw sexy people of all ethnicities. Right. And so but white guys in particular, it's like, listen, you don't have to, tell me that you down with the fact that we having this conversation. We already cool with it. You don't have to prove your Negro credentials because I'm not I'm not like those.
Frankly, I'm not
like
interested.
like if you're like, you know, I love Jay-Z. Like that's not what's gonna sell me.
Frankly, I'm not interested. If you have to feel like if you feel like you have to prove something to me, I'm not interested.
Right. So just
I'm not interested.
You know, you could, you know. So we're gonna meet up at IML.
So, but wait a minute.
I will let you know what it's like to climb Mount South Africa.
Mount South Africa. So let's go back. We're gonna talk about something before we get up here. Before we go any further. So on our way to Claw, I happen to be granted permission to grace the vehicle of one of my good Bristas. So I'm riding in the car with Dominion. So I'm sitting in the car. I was like, great. I'm gonna get myself together. You know, this is a little distance. You know, we laughing, joking for a minute. It's like, okay, yeah. Then I started just nodding off because you know sometimes the motion, you know, it just kind of you know lets you nod off just a little bit.
Pause, bitch. So I live off of 50th at East Capitol. By the time we got to 495, by the time we passed the Krispy Kreme donuts, 10 minutes away from my house, you were dead sleep.
Okay, so
don't.
So
act
okay,
like, first of all, don't act like we was up at Kiki.
Well, no.
Bitch, you
I said we were going to. That's what I was saying. We were going to do that. So I was like, all right, fine. So yes.
Oh, okay.
I you know, so that's fine. I'm not discounting that. So I went to sleep. Now I am sleeping. I'm probably snoring and farting, whatever. I'm sleeping, but as I'm sleeping, I was kind of shaken and waking and baked a little bit because I was kind of like.
That happened twice. Because
Did you say twice?
Because people kept slamming on their brakes in front of me because the trap. So I was pissed from the moment we got in the car because it's supposed to be like a 5-hour and 25-minute ride from door to door from my house to the hotel. I get in the car and it says it's 6 hours and 58 minutes. So we were in stop and go traffic, and there were several times where you've been driving and people aren't like super paying attention, so they jam on their brakes, and, you know, like a couple of times people dove off the side of the road onto the median because they weren't paying attention. And so, like, me and other cars behind me and in front of me had to, like, jam on brakes because we didn't see whatever was coming, because you come over the rise and all of a sudden everyone has come to a dead stop.
So, again, for me, while I'm sleeping, this is what I'm feeling. Because I'm being jerked and zigzagged around. And, listen, on the flip side, I will talk about myself.
Now it's my turn.
No, I was saying I was mentioned on the flip side.
I'm sitting there, so I was like, all right, so you know, I've had my chicken tenders and French fries. So I was like, all right, it's time for me to take a little nap. So I get in the car, and you know, I already don't sleep very well when I'm not driving. But all right,
that is a lie. Because every time we've gotten in that car and your ass been sitting in that passenger seat, your ass has been out.
My eyes have been closed. That does not mean I was asleep.
Your ass has been out. But okay, go ahead. So listen, two things for me.
So here's the steering wheel.
But listen,
here is the steering
wheel.
Two
things.
Here
I
is
absolutely
epic.
Anybody that knows me knows that I hate to drive in two conditions.
Squinting.
In two conditions. In the rain and at night. And when you put the two together, it drives me crazy. And you already know I can't see. Like, I'm trying to adjust this glasses thing. So listen.
He wasn't that he was adjusted to the glasses. You didn't have your fucking glasses on.
They were in the back of the car.
So you're sitting there like this, and so
if I put my glasses on, I couldn't see. I could have saw something.
Every time I drift off, I wake up. Are we dead? Are we dead?
But did you jerk around?
Are we dead?
But did you jerk?
No, we didn't jerk around. But you know what we did?
What?
A lot of times, riding over the road like. You know those little reflectors that are in...
That is total bullshit. That is total bullshit.
We may have drifted. No, it is not.
That is total bullshit.
I was like,
that is total bullshit.
Up my tires. You rolled.
You're lying. That is total bullshit. I may have gone across the... Listen, I may have changed lanes without a turn signal because your car will go beep, 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 because it has that lane signal to change on it.
That's your signal to get back over.
Listen.
No, you rode that shit for like a good 5 seconds. I looked over at you like, girl, you gonna get back over in your lane or whatever?
That is total bullshit. Total bullshit. But anyway, it was an interesting drive, and so we had a good drive going up. We even had a better drive going back because I think we probably listened to every 90s song.
We did. We listened to every
one of them. They just make you want to stop. You hear the music, and all of a sudden it's like doom, doom.
Exactly.
You making a face, you doing the shoulders,
right?
And we were in the car like the entire time, so it was good.
And I was in a better mood on the ride back because it only took 5 hours and 25 minutes, like it was fucking supposed to.
And for the record, so when we got to Dominions, bitch, that key lime motherfucking cheesecake. I'm coming to get the rest of it.
Shit. I will fight you for the rest of that cheesecake because I have frozen it, and it will. I can, take a little slice off, and you eat it almost like a frozen. No,
honey, I'm coming to get the rest of that cheese.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so
no, ma'am.
Listen, let it be there.
Listen, I got a security system.
Let it be there when I get there.
You try it if you want to.
Okay.
Don't get your feelings hurt. Don't get your fingers cut off. All right, so what we got to talk about. All right, so before we get to Avengers. Game of motherfucking Thrones. The ending was everything. And I found out a little piece of information.
Okay.
So, for those of you that watched it, remember when Jon was there with the dragon? What people are saying online now is that he was shouting, "Go, go, go" to Arya because where they were was right outside the Godwood where Bran was. So he was shouting, "Go, go, go" to Arya as she ran past and did her epic through the air, tried to stab, caught in the throat, dropped the knife to the other hand, and stabbed him. So I'm telling you, that was 82. That episode was 82 minutes. That is probably the best thing I've ever seen on TV. So there's that. So then we went to see Endgame. Listen, it's you've had since last Thursday to see it if you haven't seen it now. I like the movie.
Are we gonna do the spoiler? Are we gonna give spoilers on this? We gonna.
Spoiler alert. I'm not necessarily into spoilers.
I mean, I just don't want. I don't want to tell people. I'm gonna just talk about what the movie. So if you haven't seen Endgame, let me listen. Turn this off right now.
Right.
Because we
come back in 5 minutes.
Because we get ready to talk about this, and so we get ready to talk about specific stuff. So let's be clear. So I want anybody that's watching, come back because we're gonna talk about it. So I'm just letting you know. So you have 10 seconds to come off.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up. Okay. So here we are. First of all. The 3 hours went like
it flew by. At the end, I
did
not feel like I had sat in the seat for 3 hours and 10 minutes. It was
in fact, now if a movie is that damn good, I'm gonna need to be 3 hours now because I need.
They literally covered everything. Everything that you wanted to happen happened.
I do have some questions though. I have a couple of questions towards the end, so we'll come back. Anyway, so I thought the way they brought it on was great. I liked the fact that they showed Tony Stark and they also showed what's her name.
Black Widow?
No, not Black Widow. The robot. Thanos' other daughter. The robot. I can't think of her name right now.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so blah, blah, blah. Her and her green sister from
Gamora.
From Gamora.
I remember Gamora. I can't remember her name, but the robot.
So I'm going to just say Sodom and Gamora because that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to call her Sodom and I'll call her Gamora.
Yeah,
so anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, I like they put all that together. I like
Cortez, what's the other one's name? He'll know.
Yeah, Cortez.
He'll figure it out. He'll post.
Anyway, so they wrapped up every single story.
Yes.
What's his name? Not Green Arrow.
Him, yeah.
Shit. Yeah, him. Everybody's story was wrapped up, and they kind of showed how they actually got to where they are at this particular point. I felt so sorry for him. Hawkeye.
Yes.
I felt so sorry. It was Hawkeye. I felt so sorry for him because of what happened and where he had got to this point in his life. I felt sorry for him. But everybody else had lost.
I felt sorry for him, but everything circles back to. And I was like, so I mean, you weren't the only hoe that lost your family,
right?
But you was the only hoe that went around the world thinking you was a one-man vigilante army and killing people. So I mean, I felt like that was very white privilege.
Well, we're not debating that. So
there was that. But I loved how so they had to go and the theme was that they were going to go back in time and to get the Infinity Stones before they got assembled in Thanos' glove. Yeah. So I also was like, the way they just killed Thanos, like they didn't waste no time. They was like, we ain't fucking with this bitch. So Thor just cut his head off. I was like, damn.
Listen, Thor. They showed Thor.
Fat Thor was hilarious.
But Fat Thor was kind of sexy with that stomach. I said, this bitch, I was like, come on, Thickums. Thickums had it going on. I was like, come on, Thickums.
I still was into America's ass.
You know, that was hilarious. He was like, that ass does look good.
That is
America's ass. But anyway, y'all.
So
y'all
I did like that. And so going back in time, it gave, not Hawkeye, it gave Thor and Tony and who else?
It gave all of them. Thor, Tony, Hulk, because he was there talking to Doctor Strange's mentor. I can't remember his name.
The Wizard, Sorcerer Supreme.
Yes.
No. But what I was saying is that when they went back, they encountered people in their past that gave them closure. So Thor got a chance to talk to his mother, and his mother was like a sorcerer. To talk to his father. Right, and got a chance to talk to his father. Oh, and Captain America got to see Peggy again, even though she didn't see him.
Right.
But they sort of were passing. You know, that made me cry a little bit, to like get a little moist, because I was like, you know, what would I give to go back to have, you know, a last conversation, you know, with your parents and have them give you that closure. And like his mother knew. She didn't know that she was going to die that day, but she was like, "Oh, you're clearly from the future." She was like, "Baby, I was raised by witches. I see it all over you." So yeah. But I thought that was great. I liked how they brought everybody back at the ends. Including Black Panther.
So I'm okay. We're talking about that. Okay, all right. Yeah, we're talking about that.
I didn't think that whole, you know, all of the women getting together thing. I was like, that was not earned.
So listen,
that was not an earned. It was a good moment, but it was not an earned.
When Black Panther first showed up, that's when the ventilation system.
So here's the thing about Chadwick Boseman. He looks good as Black Panther, but just as a dude, I just don't find him attractive.
No, I'm gonna say no. But when they first showed up, the ventilation system got a little fucked up. And
when Tony Stark, when Spider-Man came back, and like Tony was just like over fucking cum.
Yes.
When Peter Parker showed up, and you know, like he was just talking to Mal a minute, and Tony was just like,
just hug me. He's like, just hug me.
He's like, oh, this is weird, but nice.
Yeah. Now the women that got together, that is Avenging Force, I think it is. That's another
A-Force or something like that.
I can't think of what that. So Cortez might know what that's all about. Yes. But anyway, that was powerful, and it was amazing to see all of them together. And that was an iconic moment for me. And I kind of I got a little. The ventilation system got a little fucked up on me.
Yeah,
but
it was bullshit.
And I got a little Nebula. Okay, thank you, Nebula. Thank you. I also got a little moist with Scarlet. I mean, not moist, but I got a little, damp around the eye with Scarlet, with Black Widow. I mean,
yeah. Black Widow and Scarlet Witch, because apparently Scarlet Witch is the most powerful
Scarlet Witch,
and they keep underplaying her.
That's that whole Storm thing. That's the whole Storm thing. Right. Like they're giving her little red fireballs. I'm like, no, this is the bitch that actually can handle the Phoenix.
Right.
Like she can handle the Phoenix. So we'll see how that's going to turn out. I don't know what we're going to do with that. But anyway.
So overall, I liked everything about the movie.
Question.
So the end.
The ending. Mm-hmm. So they kind of showed these people. Mm-hmm. What I want to know is, did you recognize when you saw Captain Marvel standing on the porch?
Right, that person that was in front of him. I don't know who the fuck
to the right.
Was. Right, I don't know who the fuck.
And then also, apparently, there was some Asian man on the left that was behind Hawkeye.
Wasn't that the one that was with Doctor Strange? The thick guy? The thick Asian guy?
Is that who that was?
I thought that's who that was.
Okay, maybe. So if that was him, but why would he be there and then everybody else wouldn't be there? But okay, I mean, all right.
But I mean, I just think it was people who were sort of new Tony Stark or whatever and came to pay their respects, and maybe everybody just wasn't available.
But he didn't even know Tony Stark. But I don't think he did. That Asian guy.
Maybe he didn't.
But anyway, so other than that, it was cool. Like I enjoyed.
So he was like a named character on the script,
and there was no spoilers. Thank you, Jesus.
Well, because this is the end of the cycle.
It's the end of the cycle. So, I mean,
so what I liked about the ending, so they set up a couple of interesting things. They set up they set up the A-Force.
Yes.
They set up, now that Black Panther is back. I mean, we already knew that some of this shit had to happen. Because there's already a standalone Black Widow movie. There's
there?
Yeah, not right now, but it's in development.
Oh, okay.
That's well known. That is happening.
Okay,
that's happening.
Now the
Spider-Man, what is it? Far From Home is coming. We already know that there's a Black Panther 2 coming. So there's all of these movies happening. So we know that it's somewhat, and it's all known that these was, well, at least for some of them.
Thanks, Midas. He met Tony in Infinity Wars. That's what he said. I remember that. Okay.
So, at least a couple of these movies are supposed to happen after the events in Infinity War. So we know they had to have found some way to come back. Especially, let's put it this way. If Black Panther hadn't made so much money, Black Panther would have never come back. He would have been like, oh, that's unfortunate. Oh. He would have just been like a little.
In the background.
Right.
And where was Lupita? Did I miss Lupita?
She wasn't there because I was expecting him to be standing by to see us doing spy shit.
Listen. But
I didn't, and I also like that they set up a Black Captain America.
So we'll have to see what they're going to do because I feel like they're ready to fuck that up. And when I say fuck that up, meaning not because he's black, but because they've taken. I wasn't a Captain America fan of reading the comic books, but I don't necessarily remember that he passed it on to someone else. And then I just heard from someone else earlier today that he did. Mm-hmm. And so he's losing. I don't know. I feel like he's losing something by passing it on to somebody else.
Yeah, because because if
they don't have the same,
what is his name, like War something? But does he have I thought he could. Listen, there's nothing wrong with having a suit that can make you fly, but Captain America has super strength and a bunch of other things.
Because of
if
all
this
this
dude
stuff, right.
doesn't have all of that, then who? No.
Oh, hey, Peter. What's up, Peter?
Hey, Peter. How are you?
How are you? What's going on?
Okay. Well, we appreciate that.
Thanks for tuning in, Peter.
We really do appreciate it. So I did like how they're setting up things that are happening and coming, and I like that there'll be more diversity, and I'm interested in seeing this A-Force and a bunch of other things. I thought that'll be cool.
Midas, we can talk about this offline, but I don't understand how Falcon doesn't have. I got to talk about that offline because he sent it past all the. But anyway, that's another.
Yeah, I was like, he don't have no superpowers. He doesn't have
the power that, not that I remember, but I'll come back to that.
I mean, because that was the whole thing is that Captain America, because of his superpowers and his the strength and everything, he could do that with the shield because he had this incredible eye-hand coordination.
Yes.
I mean, he could just figure out that angle and throw it over here. What?
Okay.
He could throw that over there and know what angles is going to come back and grab it because he had that eye-hand coordination. So, I mean, I guess maybe he's going to get a shot or whatever. We'll see. So I thought that was a great movie. I might actually go see it again.
I think I'm going to have to because
on a $5 Tuesday or something. Yes. I ain't paying for IMAX again.
But what I'll also say is too, I like how they set it up for the comic books. Thor is female.
And so you're thinking Valkyrie might be the new?
Yes, I'm thinking because he also set her up to say he's like, well, you're the queen.
Mm-hmm. I did like how Captain America was able to hold Thor's hammer.
Yes, but again, they set that up for that because
he did that in the first.
Somebody said it moved.
It moved. He didn't pick it up, but he was the only one that could even make it move.
Okay.
So yeah. So I think that's good. So all right. So we got to get to. Drag Race. So I got a couple of things I want to say. Bitches stole my name because Clint Eastwood was going to be my new drag name. Clint Eastwood is hilarious to me. Is that not hilarious to you? Clint Eastwood. Yes. So anyway, all right. I'm
going to process
the mini challenge. I thought it was whack. I thought everybody did terribly, but it was
Brooklyn was good for the mini challenge with reading. I mean,
I love Brooklyn, but I just didn't think Silky is still just weighing me out. I didn't think she was funny at all. So,
but listen, that presence is what I'll give her. She has that. Whatever that it thing is, she has it. She doesn't necessarily know how to use it yet, or use her powers for good, if you will, but. It's there, but she's going to wear me out. I'm going to get tired of her, I feel like it.
So LAPD, it was Los Angeles Drag Patrol, was some of the skits were very funny. I didn't think Silky was funny at all.
Silky
I
was
felt like she was doing
the idea was nice.
The idea was nice. I felt like she was doing the same T.S. Madison character that she did.
She was just her
before, and I didn't care for it. Poor Sugar got sort of ran over by Silky just yelling.
Sugar just
I felt like
have
because remember
a big personality.
Remember the bitch that couldn't talk? That was from Texas a
Why
couple
do I
of
not
seasons
remember her
ago.
damn name? She
Had
was
like
a
a Jerry
dad-
curl. Right. And they, in whatever little acting challenge, they chided whoever was her partner for talking over her and not really giving the other scene partners the opportunity.
Wait, you talking about from this season?
No, this was a previous season. It was like, remember the one that was like real country, the black girl that was real country?
Chi-Chi? Chi-Chi DeVane?
Chi-Chi DeVane.
Okay.
And in whatever acting challenge they had, she couldn't get a line in edgewise because
wasn't that with that crazy ass? Was it Milk or was it?
It might have been Milk or whoever it was. But my point is like they should have critiqued Silky for the same thing, because it's one thing to be just like really good and the other person is retiring, but she was talking over Sugar and didn't even give Sugar an opportunity to participate.
But the problem, but also the problem with that is too, you need to if you know you're going up against a strong personality, you need to make your presence known.
Right.
Unfortunately, but the sad part is, Silky feeds off of that.
She does.
So it's kind of you just gotta find that happy place.
She's a bully.
Well,
the scene with Nina and Brooklyn was hilarious.
So listen,
I was dying.
Nina's facial expressions.
Like, I'm a level 4 vegan. I'm a level 4 vegan, and Nina was just like, she's parting the Red Sea.
Nina's facial expressions were everything. That is somebody who knows how if she would have been in a scene with Silky would have been way up here. Nina would have been down here, because Nina would have operated in this space. She's like, okay, I know you're all the way up here, so I'm just going to work in this space right here.
Right.
So yeah, but that was great. Brooklyn, I'm gonna give a shout out to her because she was that's what she did. She used her body. She knows how to do it, and that worked. But it was funny.
I thought it worked really well.
It was very funny. It worked well. It did work very well.
Vanjie and Plastique. Listen. I love you, Vanjie, but your time on the show was about up. I'm glad Plastique got to go. Both of them.
We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that because I disagree with what you said. So
okay.
Akira and Evie. I felt like Evie was barely in that scene. She didn't do terribly.
She did not.
This was another thing. So I feel like this, as opposed to Silky and Sugar, this really was Evie not stepping up. I don't feel like Akira talked over her. I just felt like
she didn't
take
talk
her
over her
moments.
That is true.
To do what she did.
That is true.
And so Akira just sort of walked away.
I don't think Evie was comfortable with the whole scene anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that was the first piece.
Yeah.
So and that kind of showed it in what happened between the two of them. Mm-hmm. But now I'm gonna give Akira some. She was funny. She was funny in a very Medea type of way.
It was on point. I felt like I knew that
it
woman.
Worked. Yeah, it worked.
I knew that chick on the block. So the look. Nina's look. You said cute. Nina's look was everything.
When it was really cute because the combination. It
wasn't cute. It was cute. It was
the whole cute. Suited, like she was suited and booted, and with the eye and the polka dot. Like it was.
Sugar's look was cute too.
Sugar's look was
with the very My Fair Lady.
Confusing, but it was well together. It was well put together.
I didn't think it was. I thought
confusing from this. Why should I say confusing? It was busy.
Really?
It was busy. Like Nina's look was all over, but it wasn't busy like Sugar's. The pattern, the fabric, the dress, the ruffles, that was busy for me. It was busy for me.
I didn't think
but
so.
It was, it was a cohesive look.
Brooklyn zebra look, I do agree that was hot.
I liked it. I thought it was a hot look.
Akira's nip tuxedo, I didn't care for it.
It was, listen.
I thought it was but it was really just, I thought they was going to read her because I was like, it's a cat suit with appliques and shit over it, which is fine, I guess. I mean, she looked good in it, but I just didn't think it was anything special. Vanjie,
listen,
I didn't care for. I did like the little thing.
She was a man in a cat suit, and actually, it was more like a man in a cat suit and pants. And Michelle read her ass about the silhouette of the pants because
they weren't form fitting.
And again, they were too big. Number one, and so it should have been. They should have been made right to size for her. So when by the time she put padded in, or because she got padded and was in those pants, it would have looked perfect. It would have felt like it was poured onto her. But
and I didn't Plastique's look. I was like,
it was just pretty. Like we're just gonna say it was just pretty.
And Silky looked terrible.
Silky, they read her. Michelle read the shit out of her,
and she kept coming back to her, which was like a further read. It was like, bitch, all you had to do was your lips and your eyes. You know, yeah, it was terrible. And
Michelle was like, "Are you painting underneath there?" She's like, "No."
She looked. And she just looked like
that
she
outfit,
had a mother.
She just shook it out the bag and put it on.
Yeah, she looked like not the mother of the bride, or what do you call it? The mother of the church. She looked like she had on a mother of the church outfit
Silky
in PVC.
said, "I gotta get dressed."
Right, and then if you're going to do a thing like that, it didn't even fit well, like because that was part. They were harkening back to Rue's look, where she had the whole face thing. They call it a face and that thing needs to fit like perfectly around your mouth and your eyes. Her mask didn't fit well, and then the wings and
let's be clear,
not the wings, but it's like, are you a fly? She's
RuPaul.
She's like, are you a roach? She was like, no, I'm a fly. I was like, well, a fly with no wings is a roach.
RuPaul, you turned that
look out. Yes.
Listen, I was glad I was there to witness it when it did, because I was in awe. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
And even the kids that came on the show and just did this didn't do as well as you did, but you turned that look.
Yes.
Because I need them glasses, though. I'm going to need you.
So the bottom two were Vanjie and Plastique. I like the song. Maybe I still have a soft spot for Vanjie. I thought she did really good, and I thought she deserved to win. So because I thought Plastique was giving that's like a hood girl song, and Vanjie was giving you hood girl realness, whereas Plastique was giving you princess trying to go to the hood, and I just wasn't feeling it.
I didn't see that. I see what I thought was, this is a lip sync. Let's get into this lip sync. I don't need you to do all this extra and you drop it down.
But that was part of the song.
But that's correct. But she wasn't ladylike with it. And I'm going to give Plastique the benefit of the doubt. No, she's not from the hood, but what she was giving you was Sex Kitten. She was giving you, at minimum, she was giving you an Ashanti. And that's not even saying that she's,
damning with faint praise.
Well, but again, that's all you needed for this. That's all you needed. And on top of that, her lip sync was on. Vanjie's was not.
I will say that, yes.
It was not.
I was like,
and so if we're talking about a lip sync,
a little bit.
I was like, girl, you too busy trying to shake this ponytail. Stop shaking this ponytail. Pay attention to your words, honey. Lip sync for your life.
Who was that she called, Rue called the Marla Gibbs of drag? Which I just thought was, she was talking about Akira. She called Akira the Marla Gibbs of drag, which I just thought was hilarious. And then they were Fortune Feimster, or what's the other dude's name?
Fortune is a
woman.
Yeah, I was supposed to say. Oh, you're talking Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, yeah.
Cheyenne.
Referred to what Plastique did as a cooter slam. And
yes.
I had never heard it called a cooter slam before, which I just thought was hilarious.
Yes. So I liked it. But again, once again, I disagree. Now, I agree with you. Ms. Vanjie's time is very, very limited.
Yes,
like, if she does not go home
I don't think
then
she was one of my early favorites, but I think she has been replaced in my top 4 with Akira. So for me, it's Akira, Nina, Brooklyn, and Evie. So those are my top 4. Sugar might squeak.
She might. It depends
on
one
of those other 4 fuck
yes.
up. It's not going to be Vanjie. I just don't see it for her. I mean, listen, I love me some Vanjie.
I do. Listen, Vanjie, I love you.
But I just don't see it for her.
I don't see you as a top 4.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yes.
Well, let me say this. I don't see you winning. Because she might slip up into some weird.
Well, yes, I could see her
see
making it to the top 4, but yeah, winning, no.
Nope. Sorry.
So, what else is there? Anything else exciting happening in the world?
So shout out to the Onyx Pledges that are going to have their they're having a social this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. So I just want to let you guys know.
Totes looking forward to it.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be fun, and so good luck, and I'll be there.
Don't fuck it up.
I'll be there. So
yes, I'll definitely be there.
Other than that, what else is going on this weekend?
I
got a party to go to.
Scorpius is having his
and Jack
Just Jack is having the Leatherman of Color. Jack Thompson is having his IML send off at the Eagle on Friday. And Scorpius is having his Scorpius Red. Mr. Maryland Leather is having his send off at the Baltimore Eagle on Saturday night. So I'll be there for both of those. One of these weekends.
I got to figure out what I got to sit down.
I'm not going anyway on Sunday. You know, I got to have one day in the week where I don't fuck with you girls.
Yeah, and I got a party to go to as well on the next week after. So it's a lot. We're already in that season, and then around the corner is Pride season. And as Devious said, oh my God, Pride season is exhausting. It is exhausting.
Right.
But we'll show up and show out. So,
all right. So, all right, here we go. Y'all ready? Let's do this.
We're going to take y'all up on out of here.
So, the BGKH Show streams live on Wednesdays on www.voxwave.com from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern and 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific.
I woke up like this.
Episodes are available on YouTube every Friday. Search for Vox Power 373 and look for the BGKH Show with Dominion and Epic. Currently, we are able to host Don't come at me, don't come at me.
Maybe we can use that as a theme song.
I know, right? Currently, we are able to host a studio audience, so we look forward to having you all here one day. And if you can't be in our audience but still want to interact with us, you can chat with us. Call us at 240-719-2560. One more again, 240-719-2560. Epic, how can the kids get in contact with you?
So you can reach me on Facebook. You can look for me as Epic Onyx. You can also reach me on Instagram at I am Epic Onyx. And you can also find me on Twitter at Epic Onyx1. How can they reach you?
You can reach me on Twitter and Instagram at Dom Onyx, Facebook.com/Dominion.Onyx, and my website, www.domonyx.com, which I apparently need to revamp because I was looking at it on my phone, and half of the content wasn't showing up
for the
like my blogs and stuff. I mean, you can go to the website, but the blogs weren't properly resolving because one of the sessions was about I might be writing for a new magazine called Alpha Tribe. So
that magazine is everything. I was like, this is hot.
It is.
Okay.
So, all right, kids, we will see you all next week. And we're going to talk about hiatus, but probably June.
I think we did last time. Was it June?
Yeah, last
July?
year we did.
Or was that July?
Oh, no, it was July because we had to be here for Black History Month because we talked about our favorite songs every month, every show. Remember?
For Black History Month? That was in February.
No, Black music. Did I say Black History? I meant Black music.
Okay, all right. Okay, yes.
Black music.
Oh, yeah. So,
so we're talking about songs for Black
But
Music
anyway,
Month.
thank you all for tuning in. You were going to say something?
I was going to say thank you all for coming out. God bless you and good night.
Bye.